brain spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got.
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing.
Relieving the kings of all
So are
crown.
you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all. Keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Blue 60! Come on, dude. Kill. Hey. Check. Fresno.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie sixth-rounder from Maryland. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Watch safety creep, man. Safety ready.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Danny. 58, boys. 22. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Double right. Hey, Delta. 0.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Here we go, D. Mike's
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kareem Hunt. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the twitch. Watch the safety.
On the toss, here's Johnson. They find some open field here. The 40, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Let's make
Now it's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. But it's 3rd
You don't want no
down.
problem. You don't want no problems with me.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Big stop. Let's go. 52's
Go.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check nickel.
Ran, go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. He's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, 5-0.
Slam. Hatchet.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Tight dog. Check 43. He's checking. Crash. Sponge. No. Slam.
White.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
You remember me. Let's go, baby. And 58 is a mic.
Hey, exit.
Push him back.
10.
Hey, watch it. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Watch the ship.
21.
Watch the ship.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Throwing on second down, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Stiff-armed him. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
36.
Now Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Bears.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. SOS.
Big 20.
You go tight. You got tight.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You can't block me.
He's coming.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13 yards.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Trubisky now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Come, 180. I'm coming for you. You mine. Kill. Hey, ball. Check 13.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
18.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down, Chicago.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trubisky will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hey, Foxtrot.
58, come on. Let's pick it up.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
58.
Move.
Man, that's trash.
To throw again, Stafford. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Easy.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Move 60. Omaha, ready, move. Monday.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Throwing is Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Echo. 58, boy, 58, Mike. You got it.
Throwing again. Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. 11. 58 to Mike. Go 58 to Mike. And keep 53. Ready. Shoot. Bravo.
Throwing again is Stafford. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. And they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 50.
They'll run. This is Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run by Kareem Hunt. Give him 58 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Switch up. Chance. Bang, 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 bang. Hey.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26. Easy.
Johnson running right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Pressure comes and Trubisky goes down.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Stafford looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra play.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. It's a party now. It's a party now. And 58 is a mic.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Floyd, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
10. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stopped.
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to Johnson again. And he loses the football a second time. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Let's go, man. You need turnover. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Boys. Hey, 70!
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Now a run with Anderson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, second down. Second down, here's an option right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On third down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
50-50.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it is incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.